right, let's take a look at these Patriots nice and quick because who's really talking about the Patriots anymore? They were 7-9 last season. Easily could have gone to the playoffs. They were very close. I mean, that division got a lot tougher with the Bills and the Dolphins, but this team was not terrible. They had the most opt-outs in the entire league. They had 8 players opt out. The offensive line was not good, and that is why they had the 26th ranked offense in the league, 29th throwing the ball, 4th running the ball. Cam accounted for about almost 600 yards rushing. He threw for just under, I think, 2,600 or maybe a little over 2,600, thereabouts. About 65% completion, which is pretty good. Only 8 touchdowns throwing the ball, 10 interceptions. That's not good. The Patriots have no weapons. They probably have the worst receiving core in the league and a subpar offensive line. So I think that's what accounts for that. We should be able to fix that. The defense, they're known for their defense, 15th in the league, 8th against the pass. That's their game. And even with the opt-outs, they still ranked 8th in the league. 26th against the rush. Got to fix that. Big opt-outs were Patrick Chung at safety and Dante Hightower, linebacker. He opted out. That did hurt them, but the defense still managed to play very well because they're a well-coached team. They are coached by Bill Belichick, who is also the general manager, who is also the defensive coordinator, and whatever else they need him to do. He was the defensive coordinator for my Giants in the Super Bowl era in the 80s. He's a fantastic coach, definitely a fantastic defensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, he was there for all 6 of those rings with the Patriots. He took the job with the Colts a year ago, and I think the very same day said, you know what, no, I'm going to stay with the Patriots, which leads me to believe that they made him an offer like this is going to be his team in the very near future. Personally, I think this is Bill Belichick's last year with the Patriots, and I think it'll be Josh McDaniels' team, and I think for that reason, that's going to have a lot to do with what they do in free agency and the draft. Let us take a look at their notable free agents. Of course, Cam Newton. I don't see him coming back. I really like Cam. He has a lot to offer. A team, probably not this team. I could see them going the way of Marcus Mariota until they're ready to develop their draft pick, whoever that may be. Got to stay tuned for that. Joe Thuney, the guard. He's probably going to be the highest paid guard in the NFL once free agency finishes. I don't think that the Patriots are going to be the one to give it to him. Even though they have $72 million in cap space, they're going to have a lot of fun signing free agents with all this cap space. I don't think they're going to give him the money he wants. David Andrews, the center, they'll probably re-sign him for at least one more year. If not, he's probably looking for like a 3-year deal based on his age. And he's pretty good. Keep that veteran center. Although we will make sure that we have a replacement for him. Jason McCourty is a free agent. Keep the brothers together. It makes sense. And they should be able to afford him. I don't think anyone is kicking his door down. Rex Burkhead, of course, can go. He's not that important to the team. Damiere Byrd is not that good. Those receivers are awful, I think. So I think you want a whole new receiving core in there. Probably do a little in free agency and a little in the draft. Their defensive line kind of sucks. It's terrible. And several of those guys are free agents. Lawrence Guy, he can go. Adam Butler can go. Dietrich Wise can go. Let's give some money to J.C. Jackson, cornerback, because I can see them trading Stephon Gilmore. I don't think he's happy there. And he's valuable. They can get a lot for him. They don't have a 3rd-round draft pick, so if they could trade him they could probably get a 1st-round pick for him, if definitely a 2nd. So I would look to shop him. They could even let Jason McCourty take his spot at cornerback. Biggest needs, the offensive line, right tackle. I actually probably need 2 tackles. The offensive line was not great. We can reshuffle that a bit. That Michael Onwenu, is that his name? Yeah, that left guard. He was fantastic. He'll probably take over for Joe Thuney. Shaq Mason will get healthy and he'll play right guard. Defensive line, again, it was really bad. They could not stop the run. They need a middle linebacker. They need defensive end, and of course they need wide receivers. They need targets. Everyone says they need a tight end, but what they mean by that is they're looking for another Gronk, someone who can catch the ball. We will address that. Who are they going to go after in free agency for that 3-4 defense? They need defensive lineman. Leonard Williams probably is not going to be able to reach a deal with the Giants. That's a possibility. I think Bill Belichick wants Khalil Mack, who has been compared to Lawrence Taylor. He had some comments on that years ago. He likes that kind of player. That would require a trade because Khalil is not a free agent. I could see them swapping first-round picks, so they could probably work a deal out there so the Bears can move up from 20 to 15 and get their quarterback. It's a possibility as a run-stopping outside linebacker like Hassan Reddick. That Chase Winovich, Josh Uche, they're great young guys. But my number one choice for them to go after in free agency would be Levante David, and they have the money to pay him. I could also see them going Reggie Ragland, but I think they have the money, unlike a lot of other teams, to really pay Levante David, and they need that linebacker. Tight end, they can get Jared Cook on a 1-year deal, or even a 2-year deal. He's about 33 years old. That man can catch the ball at the tight end position, so that's perfect there. They have the money, and they have the need for a real number one wide receiver. It's probably Chris Godwin. If they miss out on him, it could be one of the other top ones. I don't think Allen Robinson wants to go to a team that's rebuilding. And since this team doesn't have a set quarterback yet, I don't see him going there. Corey Davis would also be a great fit. Nice big wide receiver, but I think Chris Godwin goes there. Let us see. They're probably going to have to not replace Isaiah Wynn, but prepare for the fact that he's always injured since his rookie year. He had an Achilles his rookie year in 2018, so let them go after Alejandro Villanueva to play left tackle from the Steelers. And again, they got the money to pay him. Let's spend it. It's now or never. Give Belichick one more good year. The fun stuff is the draft. I love the draft. Anything is possible. As it stands right now, they pick 15th overall. I wanted to give them to Trey Lance. He's not falling to 15. They can get Mac Jones at 15, and this draft scenario is based on that. I know Belichick doesn't like to go first-round quarterbacks, but this might be Josh McDaniels might have a say in this. So in this scenario, you get Mac Jones, let him develop, and second-round offensive lineman, get the best one available. They don't have a third-round pick. They had to forfeit that for some shenanigans, more than likely. Knowing these Patriots, third round, get your run stopper. But I have a better scenario where they do trade with Washington. Trade back. This way Washington actually gets, in the scenario they took, is Mac Jones. And in this scenario, Patriots pick up a couple more early picks. First round, they get Elijah Vera Tucker, very versatile tackle/guard, played both at a very high level at USC. Second round, they can get their run stopper. Then they can get an edge rusher. They can get a great young receiving tight end that allegedly they want. They could still get someone like Sam Ehlinger later in the draft, or Shane Buechele was available around this point. And just with all those other draft picks, they could really fill out their roster. I could see Bill Belichick not retiring. I could see him going to the Giants and being their general manager, or having some kind of executive position. That's my hope anyway. Because no matter what, I do like that Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I like football. I like football season and all the things that go with it.